Welcome to Apocalypse Soon. And now, your host, Edward Pepperton. What up, 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 what up? Yo, 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 yo. It's Eddie Pepperton. Welcome to Apocalypse Now, the podcast with no upside. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I am working on my intros. What up, yo? Yo, 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 yo. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is when you're listening to this. We are in the twilight of the human species, as you know, and it's our job here at Apocalypse Now to let you know how very little time we have left as a species, as a country. It is going to end, folks, and it's going to end violently. And welcome to the show. We have great stuff planned because what else are you going to do? By the way, when I say we are going to end violently and we are going to end soon, I mean it. But until that happens, do what you have to do. Keep pretending that things are going to be okay. That's what you have to keep doing. Feed your bird feeder. You know, whatever it is. Paint your shed if you have a shed. A lot of people don't have sheds after watching Forensic Files. They know how much murder goes on in sheds, and they're like, no, we're not having a shed, Margaret. What do you mean, Al? What I mean is that we're not having a shed. Al! And Margaret, by the way, we're supposed to do this segment later. This is Peppertone's intro. All right, Al, you don't have to yell at me, but I just think that sheds, we have a shed and there's nobody been murdered in there yet. How do you know? How do you know no one's passed away? Anyway, we have a great show for you today. I'd like you to welcome now our band leader, Bobby and the Mephistophelians.
Hey, baby. How you doing?
Bobby, I'm doing great, and I know that you're doing great. You always do great. Even if your day just consists of wielding an iron pipe and, trying to stave off the wolves that are at your door.
You're talking about Thursdays.
Yeah, you're talking about Thursdays. That's the day where you do battle, isn't it? You put on a white smock like Christian Bale did in American Psycho, and you just go at it.
Oh, I don't want to get my duds. I don't want to get blood spatter on the duds, you know what I mean? And, Thursday, I always start off the same way. I wake up in a stable. I think it's a great way to start your morning on a Thursday. And I grab a pipe, and I go out, and I go, where are the wolves? I got to find the wolves. And sometimes I'll tie meat to my clothing or whatnot, and just to, remind myself that I'm still a fucking man. You know what I mean?
Nice. And it's great that you're tying meat to your clothes. A lot of people... I remember Lady Gaga had meat on her clothes at some point. I don't know if she still does that. I'm not a big Lady Gaga fan. I grew up with Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, The Who, Pink Floyd. So it's hard to transition to Lady Gaga. And I hear she's great.
She's great. I wish Zeppelin would tie some meat to their clothes, though. It could have been a good look, But they always focus on the music, and I like it when the musicians focus on their outfits and their political views. Music's fun and all, but I like outfits and political views more.
You like outfits and political views in your musicians. Well, you would have liked the '60s, the early '70s, when there were a lot of protest songs, and now most musicians don't have much to say. I think they're afraid to come out. They're afraid to come out against the forces of evil. They're also just putting one foot in front of the other. They are painting their sheds, if they have a shed, because you watch Forensic Files, Bobby?
Oh, I love it. I love me some Forensic
You do,
Files.
yeah?
It's the reality of the danger of the world, you know what I mean? And speaking of, like you said, painting the shed,
Yeah.
That's, I'll never forget. You remember the footage where they test the nuclear bombs in the desert?
Yes.
There's a guy in there, and you can see...
In his shed?
He's painting the shed, and you can see the atomic... the bomb goes off in the
And
distance.
that's our message today, folks.
right.
Before we bring on our producer, let's get Kevin Tinkin in here. Kevin, come on in.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Kevin. And Bobby just brought up an excellent point about there was an iconic photo of a nuclear blast when we first tested the atom bomb before we unleashed it on the Japanese, killing countless and countless people. Just an absolute horror story that we dropped the atomic bomb on two major cities. But there was a guy painting a shed during, and that's what I want to tell people. And do you agree with this? Keep putting one foot in front of the other.
100%.
You do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You still make look if you know the world is going to end today, okay, because you heard there's a nuclear winter coming, or the collapse of the last glacier happens, and it's just going to be disaster today. Still, I want you still to make a to-do list, like have to go to the printers for printing paper, like have to get printing paper. 1, 2, non-dairy milk, because you're going to go off of regular milk because it's really shitty to the animals, and it's bad for your heart. I mean, so you have to kind of ignore the impending doom and keep going. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if you hear that there's a meteor hurtling towards Earth,
right,
or the bombs are coming, I always think, is my lawn appropriately mowed at this time? You know what I mean?
Yes, because
get out there and mow. Even though it's going to end.
It's a blight on the community. Now, when the bomb does hit, when there is no more ecosystem, then maybe you start thinking about, instead of doing your lawn, something inside what's left of the house. Right?
Yeah.
Look. If you have anything left of the house. Right after the inevitable end, which is happening, just keep doing what you can inside the part of the house that is still there. Knit, a lot of people crochet. You could still clean your kitchen floor. If there's no electric, you could get rid of the refrigerator. You're not going to be needing, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. You got to keep yourself busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crossword puzzles are great.
Crosswords, sweep. My grandmother lived through World War II. She kept sweeping, and she was fine. I say, "What are you doing, Grandma?" "I'm sweeping." She would scream at me, "I'm sweeping!" And I'd be like, "All right, take it easy."
I love that. You gotta love the greatest generation. You know what I mean? To keep that going.
The greatest generation. They call it the greatest generation because they went through so much. They fought in World War II and all that. But we probably are going to see the unbelievably greatest generation, because we're going through the apocalypse. And if we do get through that, like if there are still a few survivors left of what's coming, and it's coming soon, folks, which is why I want you to join Patreon. The apocalypse is coming soon. Patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone. We need you to give money to the podcast so we can survive. Yeah?
Yeah, have a couple. It'd be nice to have a few dollars to really enjoy ourselves right before the end. You know what I mean? It's kind of, consider, if you decide to give to the Patreon, just realize it's like a Make-A-Wish kind of thing. You know what I mean? Give Eddie Pepitone the joy, that he deserves before it's all gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's.
By the way,
there
was a very disturbing Make-A-Wish kid who his last wish was to work in an Amazon warehouse for his last week. And it didn't go well. But look, everybody's got to get their wishes in order in that segment. So, how was your week this week, Kev?
It was a good week. My family is officially on summer vacation. So I watched my boy graduate from junior high in the sweltering heat where we all had like sun umbrellas, and we get there and the guy's like, no umbrellas on the...
No way.
100%. Yeah. He goes, no umbrellas in the bleachers because we want to make sure everyone...
Make sure everyone won.
And then because they were afraid that people were going to like... in the
block the view?
Yeah. And then there was another lady. It was so weird because there was this. It was good cop, bad cop at my son's graduation because the guy goes, no umbrellas, and we're all dying, and I'm pasty as possible. My wife's a redhead. We need the shade,
God.
And we had the umbrella, and then this lady comes over and she's like, it's fine if you just go on the top, then that's great. And we're like, okay. But then the other guy was just like, she's like, don't bother. It was so weird. I'm like, can we just? It's like 200 degrees out here. We're all frying, and then
that's the global warming. I mean, these heat waves. And where was it? Where was it?
It was up in Sunland at
Sunland. By the way, do you hear the word sun in that where Kevin lives? Sunland, and the sun is burning holes in our fucking skins out here in Southern California, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I get a chunk out of the top of my head from that damn sun, but
I've actually had to go to the dermatologist and get what they call basal carcinoma.
Basal cell carcinoma, that's what I have.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, I've had to get it removed. And look, I don't want to recommend anybody. Mine was benign, and if you have benign basal carcinoma, which is, sun-induced, it is a great time getting it taken out. They put little needles in your head, but my dermatologist serves soup. And that is a great thing because you're not put out. You're numbed locally.
Yeah.
And by the way, numb locally, think globally. Anyway,
that's right.
He will numb your head, and it just starts serving terrific soups.
Like
sweet and sour,
wow.
gazpacho, wontons.
That's great.
Also a great French onion. A terrific French. By the way, if you're getting basal carcinoma or basil, is it basil or basil?
Basal cell carcinoma.
Basal cell carcinoma. Have a nice French onion. I mean,
absolutely.
Have a nice French onion while you're getting that stuff removed from the top of your head. Well, we have a great show. Do we not?
We do. We absolutely do.
I mean, when you told me what's going on with this show, I was like, no, it can't be true. No, really, when Kevin told me what we have scheduled for this, I was like, no! No! And he said, keep it down.
Yeah.
Because he had told me that, and it was like 2:30 in the morning. We were at his place. His family was sleeping, and I just started screaming, no! And, your wife got up, and she was sunburned from being in the bleachers. She had half of her head not sunburned because I guess half of the umbrella. Anyway, It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We have a great show.
Beautiful show. Very excited.
All right. Remember, folks, the end is coming soon, but stick around. Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. We'll be right back.
And now a meeting with executives at All Things Comedy with Eddie Pepitone.
Hi, guys. I'm here. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, Eddie, we've been a little bit concerned with the numbers lately, and we'd like to see, we had a couple of suggestions as to what you might be able to do to pump up these numbers. If you're open, I know you're kind of a independent thinker.
The thing is, guys, you're always talking about numbers, and what I'm about is speaking to the people who get me. I don't want to reach a wide audience because I don't know if you've noticed, but wide audiences suck cock.
Right. Well, now, Eddie, I know you said you like to get people that get you, but, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of those people out there.
That is a good point, and I'll give you that point. By the way, I thought there were going to be bagels with vegan butter.
Well, Eddie, last time we got those and the budget got a little out of
All right.
control when we had
What do you
here.
want me to do to get the numbers up if you're not going to give me a fucking bagel?
Well, look, now we're thinking bring it a lot of, maybe a little more sex in the podcast, you know.
Sex?
Yeah.
But it's
you
a
know.
podcast about apocalyptical happenings that are happening, you know, to us. And
Right.
you want
And
sex in it?
It's a bit of a downer lately. It really has been. And, you know,
How is sex going to help that?
well, have you seen Euphoria? Have you? Yeah.
I know. I saw just the first 10 minutes
Now-
of the first episode.
It's so hot right now, you know, and it's a lot of young people. They're doing drugs. They have problems. They
Well,
hate
it's
their
just
life.
me in the
and-
studio with my producer, Kevin. I mean, what do you want us to fucking do?
That's the other thing. You know, we were thinking maybe you could get, you know, just a nice young lady in there that, you know, could just like agree
And have
with you.
crazy
and-
sex with her?
well, it's kind of.
I
we wanna-
actually like that idea.
Yeah. Well, really? Oh,
Yeah, I mean, definitely let's run that up the flagpole.
yeah. I think, you know, kind of a will they, won't they vibe. You know, are they going to do it? Are they not? A lot of flirtation. Maybe get your wife to bust in and be upset. You know, we love a lot of drama on there.
Well, it sounds like you're going for some kind of weird fucking reality show. I am not averse to having sex, you know, with other willing people. I don't know what I would tell them. Please come to the podcast and have sex. Because we want to get numbers up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's going to take a particular type of person. You know? Is it
Absolutely.
with women you want me to have sex with or men?
Look, right now, of course, it's Pride Month, you know, so we don't want to get too specific on who you're having intercourse with. So as long as there's, you know, a lot of action, we want something. And
You know, my left arm is going numb.
that's, you know, that.
I mean, I know we're talking about numbers, but
Yeah.
I have heard that when your left arm goes numb, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not a plus. That's not one of the things that we want to look for as a positive thing.
Ooh, the side of my face is tingling, and my left. Anyway,
Well, could we get a camera in here? Could we maybe get a little? I'd love to get this on here. The last moments of Eddie Pepitone right here
What do you
on
mean
camera.
last?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, you know. I mean, we could.
well, look, if these are my last moments, then you fucks are going to have to live through the actual apocalypse, you know, which is going to be bad.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, keep more passion. yeah, really
it's-
get upset at
this
us. Yeah.
isn't fake. I mean, if I have a heart attack here because of my left arm and because I eat too much cheese.
We love this stuff, Ed. Keep
No,
it
this
going.
isn't
yeah.
a laugh. You guys are going to suffer through complete fucking lack of oxygen, fires, fucking floods.
This is
fucking
good.
fascism. I hope you enjoy your fascism. Oh, my fucking left side.
Yeah, keep it going with the heart attack. We like this.
No,
yeah, this
I'm
is
not
good.
keeping anything going.
This will be good for sweeps.
What
right
else
here.
do you want as far as the numbers?
I think, you know.
What else? If I.
You know, you've had a lot of talk about, you know, suicide, about guns and whatnot. We'd like to see a gun on the podcast. Maybe have maybe an
don't wanna
impending
have a
doom.
gun.
Well, come on now. You know, look, you want to get the numbers up. You know, maybe put a nice gun in the
don't-
background.
I don't want to have a gun.
Eddie, now come on, now be a professional. All right.
I don't want a gun.
We're going to have a gun, and we're going to have
No.
a beautiful lady, and everybody's going to go, will he kill himself? Won't he kill himself? Will he fuck his producer? Won't he fuck his producer? And that's how we're going to get it done. You know, I'm telling you, it's the people want it.
All right, I'll do it, but I don't want it. I don't want to shoot anything.
Yeah, Eddie, come on now. You can do it.
All right, I'll do it if you let me imitate a baby with a gun. Do you want to see my imitation of a baby with a gun?
Oh, that would be great.
Okay.
We'd love that.
Okay, everybody. Okay, everybody. Stick a... I have a gun.
Wow.
And let me tell you something. I have a toy missing. There, that's one person who I think took the toy. My daddy I just shot.
That is good.
So I would call that Baby with a Gun. What do you think of that one?
I really like it. Now with Alec Baldwin and the Boss Baby, whatnot, you think that might be a little bit, we might be encroaching on something. But I want to let you know, we love you. We love what you've done.
People say that.
Well, we just love what you do. But could you do a bunch of different stuff for us? Because we just love you and the way that you are, and that we love the podcast. But we sure would love for everything to be a little different, better,
little spicier,
juicier. Let's see a little bit of cleavage and more.
Well, I could wear lower cut shirts.
Well, now we're cooking. But Eddie,
Maybe I'll show a little.
we've got a meeting coming up. We're
Left arm. I don't know what.
Sure, yeah, the heart. We love that whole bit.
Well, it is a bit, really.
Oh, that's really good. You're
What's that? I wonder if that's an artery.
I don't know. I mean, you're funny. You are so crazy. We love having you come in. But make sure to go out. And unfortunately, we are no longer validating parking.
And that was Eddie meeting with All Things Comedy executives. Now open up your third eye with guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Ooh. Okay, everybody. Here we are. I want you to first feel the bottom of your feet being firmly on terra firma. Firmly on the earth's surface. Root yourself like a tree and not like a dead tree. We see a lot of dead trees now because of the lack of water, especially in the southwest and the west, and just dead trees from hurricanes and also tornadoes. Anyway, just don't be rooted in the earth like a dead tree. Be rooted in the earth like a strong oak tree, and not the oak trees that fall on people's cars or houses during a vicious storm. And as you know, the storms are getting more and more powerful. The storms are getting more and more powerful. So what I want you to do now is, once you're rooted like an oak tree, a firm oak, a firm oak tree, I want you to raise your arms like leaves, and I mean a healthy leaf that you'll see in New England mostly, but not a leaf that you'll see in the West, where all of it is dying. And the dying trees mean we don't have enough air to breathe. But I believe children are planting trees. At least that's what I was told by a commercial for a seed company. So I want you to raise your arms like the branches of a tree, and not the type of branches that will come flying off and kill people. A lot of people are killed by errant branches. But we have to go some way, that's for sure. Would you rather be killed in a yoga class by a madman? Or would you rather have an errant branch just completely take you by surprise? So breathe that in. Breathe in the strong branch, the strong root. You're rooted, you're strong, you're healthy, not like an unhealthy tree, the trees that are dying all over this world now. And they are in the majority. I believe the death now outweighs life, just in general. I want you to breathe that in. That death now has a firmer grip on our consciousness than life. Death is winning. Breathe that in. Breathe the fact that death is winning in. But maybe it's not bad to face death. You know, here in America, we hide death. We don't face death. Death is taboo. Maybe we need to face death and realize the only thing about dying is fear. Because is dying really that bad? Well, my aunt would say so. She died very painfully at the hands of a gang. And I had to give a name. I had to give a name. I was going to be killed by this gang, but I had to give my aunt's name. And she was the one who got killed, not me. And now I want you to breathe out all of the death and the fear that permeates our lives. It used to be that we would make bread and talk to birds, and now we just live in death and fear and a lot of mask work. A lot of people are resorting to mask work, where they put on a mask and they go into like an In-N-Out burger and try to order food in an alien mask. And it doesn't serve anyone to order food from an In-N-Out burger in an alien mask, because it promotes fear. Your In-N-Out burger employee is barely surviving as it is. So I want you to breathe that out, the fact that a lot of people are wearing alien masks and wearing them to their In-N-Out burger retailer. And now, with your next in-breath, I want you to breathe in the way people with mephistophelioma. No, that's probably not the way to Mephisto. It doesn't. Mephisto, Bobby. I want you to breathe in the devil. Breathe in Satan. Just take a deep, deep breath of Mephistopheles or Beelzebub or the great underworld god that we know as the fallen angel. Breathe in evil. Breathe in evil. We used to love to play with puppies and throw a ball with our child, and now we're breathing in Satan's lungs. Breathe in Satan's gas. Can you breathe in Satan's gas? I know you can. You're in loose-fitting clothing. Now, with your out breath, I want you to let Satan's breath out of you and replace it with copper wire. I don't know what that means, but this is a guided meditation, and I'm just talking off the top of my head.
Brilliant improv.
Breathe in copper wire. None of it makes sense anymore. Breathe in your favorite YouTube personality. Breathe in a throw pillow with the words "abortion is free" on Mondays. Breathe in a walkie-talkie from an officer of the law, a SWAT team walkie-talkie. And now with your out breath, I want you to let go of all the disparate objects I mentioned. Just let go of all of the trivial things I just mentioned and breathe in the light of our Lord and Savior, God. Breathe in His light and realize that the light is too hot because there's global warming. There's no more trees, even though you were rooted originally as a tree. There's no more trees left, and that increases the heat on the planet tenfold. All the particulates now are getting in your lungs and you're dying. Breathe that in. And now with your out breath, breathe out the fact that you know that roast battles with Jeff Ross and all the other comics who still think it's okay to roast people. They do that. They keep roasting. They keep saying things like, your balls look like the inside of my garage. Whatever they say, just breathe that in. Breathe in a roast battle, and with your out-breath, your final out-breath, I want you to just keel over. Just keel over and collapse. Keel over and collapse. And once you're dead, there are no more bills, no more car payments, no more insurance. You're just peacefully, finally, extinct, kaput, finished.
Thanks for joining us for Guided Meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Namaste.
And now welcome to All Things Reconsidered with Eddie Pepitone.
Hello, I'm Eddie Pepitone, and welcome to NPR, All Things Reconsidered. And today, instead of our quaint little stories that we do here at NPR, in light of the fact that everything is ending and the whole civilization and country are unraveling right before our eyes, with fascism marching with its steel toe toward us, we're gonna reconsider some things. Like, today we want to take you inside, instead of a small, quaint village or a little cupcake shop, we want to take you inside a blood factory, a factory that takes human beings and takes out their blood. And I think you're going to enjoy this. Don't take my blood out! And we're in here now. And welcome. All Things Reconsidered is brought to you by Bulberry wines. Bulberry wines are terse yet vivacious. Chardonnay is available in bulk now. As you know, most of you will be getting Chardonnay in bulk. But let's get back into the blood factory. And my guest is a man who runs the blood factory, Nick Johnson.
Hello.
Nick, you just take blood from humans?
Yeah, we always make sure that we source our blood from in-house, and we try to make sure that the conditions for the bloodletters are as ideal as possible. And
what do you think of cupcakes? Hey, Pepitone, this is All Things Reconsidered. Not considered. Stop talking about fucking cupcakes. You're in a blood factory where human beings they're taken, and they're pumped for their blood. All right.
Yeah, we try to make sure with all of our employees that we have they keep the vending machines quite stocked, and the break rooms are very clean.
Of blood?
Yeah.
So you don't have cupcakes?
We do have cupcakes during birthdays. We will give each employee a single cupcake, and if it is your birthday, you get a candle.
Do you like birds? Like really nice birds?
I'm a big...
Pepitone! This is All Things Reconsidered. No fucking birds or cupcakes. All right, so death death is kind of what you do, isn't it, Ben?
We have a lot of death, and as a man who works in death, and often people think that it all has to be so grim.
It can't be all grim, though, right? I mean, do you
No.
guys, do you have outings, company outings, after you've taken the blood?
Absolutely. There is an open sewer in the back of the factory that it flows nice
Okay,
water.
can we get a look at that open
Yeah,
sewer?
absolutely. Yeah. It's
Oh, my. Pepitone, you're fired! This was supposed to be a different tone.
and if you go through the sewer grates there, you'll notice that there is often a body. And those are not one
All
of
right.
ours.
Well, I would like to talk about birds and cupcakes, because
love
that's what I really want to do. So I'm going to quit this fucking show, all things reconsidered. Why can't we talk about birds and cupcakes and wood carvings and the way people soundproof their homes? And fall and the beautiful color, like the New York Times leisure section. That's what I want to talk about. The New York Times leisure section, not our fall from grace into hell.
And thanks for joining us for All Things Reconsidered with Eddie Pepitone. And now checking in with Al and Margaret, a couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
Margaret, I'm going out now to go bowling with my friends. Even though my back was thrown out, I want you to know I love you. Margaret? Margaret! Margaret! Oh, I'm kidding, Al. I thought I would, not answer you and make you think you were completely nuts. Well, I don't know why you would do that, Margaret. But I don't know if you heard me. Oh, I heard you loud and clear. You're saying you want to go bowling with the bad back. May I say, I think you should rest it. Margaret, you know I love the camaraderie of bowling. When we bowl, we forget about the super inflation. We forget about the fact that here in California, it's like $20 a gallon now. It's $7, Al. It's $7. Why do you always use hyperbole? Margaret, God damn it, I'm making a point. Hyperbole is always used to make points. Don't you goddamn me, Al Fredericks. All right, I'm sorry. Look, but I love the camaraderie. Oh, do you now, huh? Or do you just want to go out and meet some other woman? Margaret, you're the only one for me. I mean, my God, the way you wear your dress. I mean, it's beautiful. All the birds on your dress, the wrens and the finches and the woodchucks and, the little birds, the hummingbirds, which, by the way, I think are, you can hardly see them on your dress. Well, it's proportional to the other birds. Hummingbirds are very, very small, Al, especially when they're flying around. You can barely see them. So the dressmaker, the person who designed it. By the way, Margaret, all these things are made overseas in sweatshops. Why don't you let me have a nice dress and wear it instead of always pointing out all the horror that's going on with the making of my nice things? I'm just saying, many people died and many families went hungry in the making of that dress. That's all I'm saying. Well, that's quite enough. Margaret, I don't want to be negative. I just want to point out that the purse you bought yesterday, there were 5 people killed in Peru on a firing squad who were involved in the making of that purse. And I love it. I love this purse. I keep all my gum and the buttons that I find on the street and my knickknacks, plus my driver's license and my credit cards and my little buttons for Eisenhower and Obama and lint. I don't know how lint. Margaret, I don't need to know the contents of your goddamn purse. Don't you goddamn me! All right, I don't know why all of a sudden I can't say the word goddamn. It's 2 words, idiot! I think it's 1. Oh, Al, I don't have time to Google it. Just say your piece. Well, I just want to say that, people are getting murdered and killed for your items that you wear. That's why I just go out naked. I go out naked. You son of a gun. Is that why you go out naked? I thought you were just trying to show off your belly. Margaret, that's a shot at me, and I don't like it. You have a beautiful belly. You know I'm sensitive about my belly. Look, Al, first of all, I love you. Second of all, I'll fucking kill you. And third of all, where are my keys? Margaret, I don't know what that list meant. First you said I love you, then you said I'll kill you. Al, go to the mirror. Just go to the mirror and look at yourself. You are both of us. Excuse me? You are both of us. Look at your mirror. Are you in front of the mirror? Yes. Look at you. You see when you move your lips that my voice is coming out? Yes, I do. I told you that's just a quirk in our relationship. It's not a quirk in our relationship. It means that we're insane. You see, you're the one who said we. You think there's 2 of us. So that's on you. If you knew it was just me who's doing your voice, then maybe we could make some progress with Dr. Johnson over at the Institute. But instead, you perpetuate this shit by saying we. Al, we're insane, and that doesn't mean it just isn't coming from you. Well, then you got me a little bamboozled, Margaret. Oh, don't start using great Scrabble words on me, young man. I love you. Oh, don't start with the I love you stuff. I feel untethered. After you said it's me. Holy shit, it is me. It's just me, and I'm nuts. Al, don't lose it now. Now remember, when you're more than one personality, you have to keep it together so you don't hurt yourself or anyone. If you start to really realize that you're fucking nuts, there's going to be hell to pay. Hold it, wait a minute. So why'd you point out, why'd you say get in front of the mirror and look and see that we're just one person and I'm nuts? Because I think we should come from a place of honesty. This relationship, a lot of times, is just, you pretending that you're me. I want it to be real. It's you who is me, and me who's you. All right, look, I don't want to fight. I just want to tell you that your purse cost 5 people their lives in Peru yesterday. Okay? That's why I wanted you in front of the mirror. You blame me for things when it's actually you. Margaret, come on. This is really just Eddie Pepitone. We say we're guests on Eddie's show. Oh, Al, we've already had this insight, and it really never goes anywhere. I know, but it's good to talk about this inside. It's really Eddie. We live inside him. He needs help. How do we tell him? We can't. His Patreon is doing okay. I think it's Patreon. Don't fucking do that, Al. It's Patreon. It's not Patreon? No. Come on, Al. You know what? Why don't you just go bowling and I'll sit here looking at my breasts and pour milk down my chest. What are you talking about?
Thanks for joining us for Checking In with Al and Margaret, a couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
All right, that was our show, everybody, and I hope and pray, and let's just say thoughts and prayers, that you are feeling a little bit better as we delved into the incredible decay of our world, our society. I hope you're feeling great, and if you are, please write a review.
Yes.
Kev, how can they do that again?
Just you type in the podcast wherever you listen, wherever you're subscribed, and write us a review on there. And if you've already written a review for Apocalypse Soon, then, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you either. What do you want from us? We're trying to end the fucking show, and all you people do is like, well, how are they going to button up the show?
Yeah.
Also, please become a Patreon member. Patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone. Bread and Circuses are the levels.
And if you want to reach out and say what's up to the pod and write Eddie a nice little love letter or just some romantic, angry, all the emotions, send us an email to Eddie.
Because love letter, go ahead, say it again.
EddiePepPodcast@gmail.com. Because we need it. We like the communication. It feels
That's
good.
right, folks. We need, and love letters have a lot of different tones to them. There's incredible desire, then there's regret, then there's threats. You know what I mean? Like a love letter can go south really quickly. As most of you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I mean, they're not always filled with... Love is first of all, the line... Anyway, thank you. The line between... What I wanted to say, the line between love and hate is extremely thin.
Paper thin.
It's paper thin.
Paper thin.
It's pubic hair thin.
Oh, God, not mine. My pubes are thick.
And with that... we want to say thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Apocalypse Soon.